Nole Insiders Lane Hurt and Tim Lenefelt here with you Monday afternoon, right after head coach Jimbo Fisher's press conference. Guess what, Tim? It's rivalry week.
Yeah, the Florida game is on tap, and it'll be a fun one. A night game at Doak Campbell Stadium, the first night game against Florida since 2004, which is kind of hard to believe. So we've played a handful of night games down there in recent years, so it should be a unique environment.
And Noles and the Gators, and of course, Jimbo Fisher knows exactly what's at stake in this one. And of course, for the seniors, even more, they could be the first class to go 8-0 against the Hurricanes and the Gators.
Yeah, that's a pretty remarkable achievement. It's kind of one of those things you hear and make you say, did they not do it here? Did they not do it there? And they never have. For one reason or another, somebody would always jump up and tag them for one, whether it was Florida or Miami. It's a hard thing to do. So a really unique accomplishment for somebody like DeMarcus Walker or Marquez White can say, if they went on Saturday, they never lost to Florida or Miami. Not a lot of guys can say it. Nobody can say it. Not yet, anyway.
Jimbo is very complimentary of Florida's defense, and rightfully so. Loves their defensive line and how disruptive they are. Corners play a lot of man-to-man. Expects the receivers are going to have some tough battles there. What were your takeaways of what Jimbo thought about Florida's defense?
Well, he thinks what I think any reasonable football fan thinks is that Florida's defense is really, really good. They have an exceptional front seven, also some high-quality cornerbacks, even with some of the injuries they've had on defense, and they've had a few. And the thing to keep an eye on is that we've talked so much about Nyquan Murray and Auden Tate over the last few weeks in their emergence. Well, this is going to be the toughest test that they've had. They're going to look at and see, a potential NFL draft pick lining up across the line of scrimmage from them, and it's going to be one-on-one, man-on-man. You have to get separation and get yourself a window that DeAndre Francois can throw it to you. It's going to be the first time, really, that those guys have had to do something like that. I think consistently, the Clemson game a little bit, but I think this is going to be even tougher than that, and so it's going to be a challenge for Florida State's offense.
We'll have much more this week on the Fresh from Florida Sunshine State Showdown, but a sad weekend here at Florida State with All-American, Hall of Famer, and administrator Monk Bonasor passing away. Jimbo addressed it early on in his press conference, is just how much Monk has meant for Florida State and as well to him personally.
Yeah, you could tell he seemed like he was getting just a little bit emotional talking about the impact that Monk had on him. He said not only was a colleague, but also a really, really close friend, and was the kind of guy that when you think about a place where you want to send your son or daughter to school, Monk's the type of guy that makes you want to send your kids to Florida State. And so it's a sad time for everybody here, and I thought Jimbo was really poignant with what he said about it.
And there you have it, Nole fans. We'll have much, much more as Florida State gets set to take on Florida this weekend, prime time. Can't ask for much more from a rivalry game. So for Tim, I'm Lane. Go Noles.